one you buy is a bullet in the barrel of your best guy's gun.
Who will campaign door to door for America? Carry the flag shore to shore for America. From Hoboken to Spokane, the stars and band with a flag.
Cut. Guys, don't look at the camera.
We can't ignore there's a threat and the war we must win.
Each one you buy is a bullet in the barrel of your best guy's gun.
Who'll hang the noose on the goose, stepping goons from Berlin?
We all know this is about trying to win the war. You can't do that without bullets and bandages, tanks and tents. Now that's where you come in. Every bond you buy will help protect someone you love. We'll keep our boys armed and ready. The Germans will think twice about trying to get the drop on us.
All right, fantastic. So, a little bit longer than, we'll just get rid of all these notifications here. It's, woo, yeah. It's a little bit longer than Captain America Throws His Mighty Shield, but, I love that song so much. Buy it on iTunes, because it just gets your red, white, and blue blood coursing through your veins. Oh, it is so, so amazing. Gosh, I'm so happy I live in America. What a great week. Oh, man. One of my just all-time favorite montages ever from the Captain America First Avenger. Some people were like, it's an alright movie. Just one of my favorites. Just so amazing. Yeah, I'm biased. Of course I'm biased. I'm American. That's the way it goes. But, man, I love it. Love it so much. What are we doing this week? Well, we're still cleaning up on the Riot Baton. We're still working on that because we did zippity-doo-dah, zip-diddy-day the rest of the week. And also still kind of working on the Captain America helmet, even though we totally fixed the part that cracked. There are these little rivety things right here that hold in the chin strap. Right there, you see that? That holds in the chin strap. That'll go, up and around there. But these little metal things, they catch on my hair, my amazing hair. They catch on it, and they ripped my hair out of my head when I took the mask off, and it hurt. Oh my gosh, it hurt. So we are going to put some epoxy sculpt on there to smoothen it out. We're just going to mix some of this stuff together, rub it together, and we'll smooth it out on there. The only rules for this specific live stream, this one, is that like the post an hour before this said, we're in the American prop shop. We're in America. America's great. We're not in Italy anymore, thank goodness. Woohoo! I love pizza paella though. But accents are on demand, but not default. So if you say, hey, why don't you try to do the accent of that one character you cosplayed? It's like, all right, or the voice or something. I will try my best to do that. The majority of the time I can do it pretty well. Like Engineer or Soldier 76, like the ones I really try to practice up a lot. Jean is a different story. It's like I can sort of do him. It's tough. He's got like a higher, lower or something. I don't know what to say. His voice is, but it's kind of like weird. Like he's not quite there yet, you know. And then other people I've dressed up as. I can't remember how many there's, but that's what we'll try to do. Yeah, so we'll try to do accents on demand. Like if you even if you're just like stopping by, just be like, give us your best, you know. Look around here. All I have is Captain America stuff. Give us your best Ash. You know, give us your best Ash. Something like that. Something stupid like that. Give us your best Ash impression or your best Jason Voorhees impression. Never been Jason Voorhees. Voorhees. But yeah, so if you're just like, give us your best whatever impression, I'll do it. Just do it on the spot right away. The comments take a while to load, so I can't be like, you can't say something. It takes like 15 to 20 seconds before I actually get a comment in. I've been rewatching these and I see how it looks like my brain works really slow, but that's just the comments. So, okay, sometimes it's my brain working really slow, but majority of the time I can blame it on the comments and we can be pretty good. Best Ash impression right now. Groovy. Sorry, get it. She's a deadite. She's gone. If evil shows up, it blows up. How does he do the Ash vs. Evil Dead one? Is kind of rougher. Groovy. 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 Can only say groovy so many times. I should be... This... Primitive screwheads. Alright, listen up, you primitive screwheads. This is my boomstick. So the next one of you even touches me. And then he shoots the Deadite back into the pit. And I love that so much. But I'm trying to think of an Ash vs. Evil Dead quote. If evil shows up, it blows up. Jacksonville. I love the entire plot point of just him like, oh, we gotta get to the cabin. Haha. We're going to Jacksonville, baby. Eli, you can talk? That's not good. That's not old man Bruce Campbell enough. What are you saying, Brujo? Brujo? That was the Brujo episodes were actually a pretty good source of quotes. They were pretty stupid, but that's when Pablo makes the hand. Oh, I don't know, Ash. I don't know. I like Pablo because he's like the Morty to Ash's Rick. Even though I don't like Rick and Morty, but I feel like that's like their characters thing. There is just Pablo's very unsure of himself the entire time. It's pretty great. Groovy. That's just what we call pillow talk, baby. Thanks, I need a horse blanket. Yeah, that was good. When Sheila makes him this really nice, like, shawl cloak thing in Army of Darkness, and he just says, thanks, I'll need a horse blanket. I love that. It's so funny, and you probably saw the light below. So, what we need to do is because I've already pre-built this, I can't just put the lights in it easily. There's a very small hole there that the battery box can't fit through. So we're going to string down the lights we got from the automotive store section of Walmart's. Gonna string them down into the baton. Gonna take off the little tapey peel strips, put them on the inside, and then watch it just light up the night, like Katy Perry's Fireworks. And then now you can all sing Fireworks in your own time. But it's actually kind of, it's cool. It's actually going to be kind of hard to actually get that through there, so I wish I knew how to solder things, and then I could, that would make this entire bit way easier. Or if I just, start from scratch again. But starting from scratch is so not an option. This is where I get to outsmart the thing. Alright, actually, I'm going to do this on my own time, the riot baton, because that is going to take forever for me to figure out how to string the lights in between there, since I already made it. So instead, we're just going to fix the Captain America helmet so it doesn't rip the hair out of my skull every single time I take it on and off. So, epoxy sculpt, you take some of the gray, mushier stuff with some of the white, harder stuff. I think the white stuff's actually the mushier stuff, and the gray stuff's harder. Yeah, it is. Okay. You take these two, component A, component B, and you go ahead and you just mix them together and they will self-seal and harden. So that's why I wanted to put that in here instead of just tape or something, because that way it'll stay for a little bit longer and it'll be nice and smooth. It won't be too lumpy when I take it off. And if I have tape in there, it'll just peel off every time I take the stupid thing off. So we're gonna grab a knife really quick, kind of a necessity when messing with this stuff. It took 20 minutes to try to get prepared today, and I still didn't find a stupid knife. So this harder stuff's actually really wicked hard. So we need to try to get equal components of both chemical reaction A and chemical reaction B. So we'll ball that up into a nice ball so we can figure out exactly how much we need of A. So that's B right there. Just going to toss that on the ground. And then, yeah, this stuff's way smoother. Hopefully they even out about right. We can mix them together, and then we can go ahead and go start sculpting. There's too much of this. Really, I always make more than I need, but really when you think about it, it costs $30 for these two little containers, but they have lasted me a year so far. It's pretty great. Yeah, it's close enough. Now we can spread them out, we can mix them together. This isn't the super fun part about cosplay, but later we're going to be doing foam smithing, which is always more entertaining. Because then we get to use knives and patterns and Dremels and stuff. Right now, this is just like cosplay convenience, because I just don't want to rip the hair out of my head every time I take on and off Cap's mask. I should screw these back on. Yeah! Prosthetics. Silicone. God, if you're allergic to silicone, you're just screwed then. But anyways, yeah. I don't know if that's even a thing people can be allergic to. Silicone. Silicone mix, A and B. I'm trying to remember what else people do. Is that for like resin casting? Is that what people use silicone for? Or is that's something else? I don't know. I can't remember. But I think those are the right words people put together. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to wear gloves for this because your hands will be kind of sticky afterwards. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You only need gloves for two things, boy. That's picking up cow shit and fixing fence so your hands don't get cut. I really need to, yeah. Resin is different. Okay, resin. Okay, yes, silicone, resin. Resin is different. It is a different thing. Silicone is something else. I can figure that out. I can figure that out one of these days. Once I get into the more complicated parts of it. Yeah. Oh, you know what, actually? What I should do is, because I'm still wicked lazy from last week, is, let's go to Facebook really quick. We got 5 people, got a bunch of notifications. I figured out what was wrong with trying to, let's see, this tape, yeah. Anyways, I figured out what was wrong with using Facebook Live on my computer is that you need a webcam. Even though it has a built-in webcam, it needs to find a webcam. Okay, so we've mixed it around enough. So, as you can see, these little things, these little caps in there, they catch my hair. It really hurts. You can actually still see some hair in there. Actually, we should take some hair out. That's pretty gruesome when you think about it. But yeah, it rips my hair out of my head because my hair is kind of long-ish. You know, I keep it at this length. Sometimes it's shorter. Reynolds Advanced Materials. Ooh. Reynolds Advanced Materials. Use it for armor builds for the movies. Oh, and Tony Stark's armor looks smooth. But not even just that, right? They'd have to like use it for who else wears armor? Thor. Thor's pretty armored up. All the Asgardians actually are pretty well armored up. Okay. Reynolds Advanced Materials. But yeah, so is that probably expensiver? More expensive? Not as cheap? Not the things... Oh, hey, look at that. I can look at myself on my live video because Cassandra shared it. That is too dumb. It's like a complete Spaceballs moment. Where are we? We're at now. I'm waiting to see my head turn that way or that way, and it'll be hilarious. Oh no, wait, it's happening right now. I'm gonna wait until the live video. There it is. There it is. Now it's totally caught up with where I am right now. I'm sorry, that's too much fun. I'm gonna get off this because it bothers me way too much. Easily distracted. So, like I said, we took very little of the cassette, but it's supposed to be comparable to Worbla. You know, I went to the Worbla panel that Diana Pickle had. It was wonderful. It helped explain the material very well. And in just looking at that panel, I realized I would suck with that material. I would suck so hard with that material. It would just be the worst experience I'd ever had in my entire life. I mean, seriously. I was seeing it, and it was like paper. She would heat it up, and it was just, check it out, it's Worbla. And I was like, how do you do anything with that? Like, I would have to try to mold and like shape. No, not worth the headache. I would rather glue bits and pieces of stuff together to make it look right. I could just tell by looking at it. It would take me too much trial and error to justify whatever I would spend on that. Which really, I mean, that sucks, I guess. The only thing I could figure out, Worbla takes, too much time, or else, I mean, you cast into molds. Oh, cast into molds. Okay, I really wanna get into making molds, because I can make, like, I make a gun, right? And it's like, this is a really cool gun. But what if I want more, you know? Or something. Like, what if I want to make a bunch of one piece, you know, molds? I would have to obviously wait for molds and stuff like that, because there's so much resin casting and stuff. It's so heavy on the smell. I would have to have a really well ventilated area to do it in, especially if I wanted like one of those pressure cooker pots that people use to get the bubbles out of it. But it's something I want to get into, because something like Soldier 76's gun, which I just completely failed at making, and had to use a piece of cardboard, which was actually kind of funny. I feel like that wasn't necessarily clever, because somebody else had already done it, but I thought it was fun. And that's what this is all about, having fun. But no, I really want to get into silicone molding, because then I can cheat, and I could buy like an $80 3D printed gun off Etsy or whatever, right? I could buy a Soldier 76 gun off Etsy, and I don't know if this is right or not, you know, paying like, hey, it's like, hey man, here's your $80. Now that I obviously wouldn't sell it, but I'd want to do a bunch of different, Soldier 76 guns, like all the different style of his skins, because he's the only character I like playing in Overwatch, and which is funny because he's really just Call of Duty, and I absolutely hate Call of Duty. I just do not have fun playing realistic war games. But I play TF2 a lot, and since I play TF2, there's no class at all like Soldier, who just has a automatic firearm and grenades that just shoot out like that and make it super awesome. So I really like playing Soldier 76 in Overwatch, which is great. You know, you got all these fun, cool characters. But no, what I'd want to do is, with silicone resin casting, is I'd want to get a Soldier 76 gun, buy it off whatever, Etsy or eBay or whatever, you know, get one for cheap. $70 is pretty cheap, if you ask me. His gun's huge. Then I would just sand it down, and I don't know why I would keep spending $80 to keep getting the same gun, to keep having to sand it, when I could take some clay, you know, do the reverse side of the mold, and I could pour resin cast it, you know. And now I just pour the weird plasticky gobbledygook that has the A and B parts into it, and I just, you know, take me out a gun in a couple hours, which would be so nice. So, yeah, resin casting would be great, especially if I want to start making Soldier 76 guns, or like, if I can only find one Star-Lord blaster, you know, like those Nerf ones, even though it would have no movability once you resin cast it, it would be really cool to like do that. Actually, the Nerf ones are really expensive, so actually you could buy like a $10 Etsy 3D printed Star-Lord blaster, and then you could make a resin cast, and then you could just keep making them. It's like, oh, I bought one, and then I've got two now. That's what I need. I need two. And obviously, I would never say sell these, because that's their hard work, and you're just doing this really simple kind of stuff just to get more. But I would be like, it's an easy way to double something, just to make something cool. That's what I don't know. Those were my thoughts about resin casting. But yeah, as you can see, we did not use half of our sculpting putty that we needed to even just put the stuff in Cap's helmet. I'm going to try to flatten it out a bit more so it's not bumpy against my head. But yeah, see, you always think you need more than you actually do. And now I'm really concerned because it's like I spent $30 on that, and this is like quite a handy little chunk, even though really it's not. Because if you actually mixed two of the parts together, you would have like, oh, so much. So now the Cap helmet is pretty much complete, and I am set for Infinity War next year, or Spider-Man Homecoming. I never thought, I never liked Captain America's first Avengers movie costume, his 2012 Avengers movie costume. Although I think it's the most screen accurate one in the MCU, I mean comic accurate one in the MCU, I didn't really like it that much. But after Spider-Man Homecoming, and seeing that, kind of, I'll just, not a spoiler, but Captain America filmed more than just a gym challenge video for the school. That might ruin something, I guess, but it's not really much of a spoiler. And yeah, so, and he pops up a bit more than you would think for a cameo, and it's really cool hearing him do these little speeches, because earlier this year, I did that little "No, You Move" video, and we jokingly made a couple of videos where it's like, so, you messed up, you got into trouble, darn shame, you're trying to be cool, we'll take it from a guy. You know, I did like stupid inspirational like videos like that, or like talking videos. So it's like respecting your teachers, your elders, and your parents is a very important thing to do. You know, I started doing stuff like that just kind of as just for fun when we were doing the little "No, You Move," and go check out that video. It's on my Facebook. And now I guess that video would look way cooler now that I have the helmet. Now that I think about it. But we finished the helmet in record time, and now I've got to think about what else to do. Okay, and anybody who joins, might as well do a halfway through thing. I am going to do any accent you want, and any impression you want. It can be somebody I've cosplayed, somebody I haven't cosplayed. It could be somebody who's also a man or somebody who's a woman. I can do an amazing female impression. I can't. And yeah, I would do any accent or impression anybody wants. And I think I'm going to do that from now on, just because accents are so much fun. I've got the revolver, and the revolver's loaded. Except for the Italian slot, we carved that out, and we replaced it with like Chinese or something, because we are done. We are so done with Italy. I am so done with being Italian. Not even funny. German girl. She wants me to be a Fräulein. Oh. Can do a German guy. Jeez, German girl. So you want me to be German and a girl at the same time? That's tough. So pigtails, just to get the imagination right. Oh, how's your fetus facing? Is that sauerkraut? Looks delicious. Do German girls speak much differently from German guys? Not a lady, a girl. That's just not... I mean, I know I said I would do it in anybody, but I mean, that's tough. Hello, mister. Would you like to buy a strudel? I'm just a Girl Scouter. I'm a girl. What did Hitler call his, the dudes? Okay, that's not funny. Those are some nice lederhosen. I wish I had lederhosen like those. Gross is the price. That was Australian saying German. That was just messed up. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad I can entertain you. All right. So, we're going to plop that down. This is, 999. I will not take a bath. I don't know. I feel like a kid just doesn't want to take a bath. I think that's about right. What do Germans do for fun besides kill people and be the villains and everything? They eat sauerkraut. They eat strudel. They gotta have fun sometime. I don't know what they do for fun, I guess. Watch TV. I have no idea. I got nothing. This is Captain America helmet I printed off. I got thing just to keep talking about stuff that actually matters. I got a Captain America helmet printed off the drink beer and sing. No, I don't touch the stuff. Sorry. Nope, that's not me. Not me. Probably won't ever be me. Hopefully. And then you never know. You'll turn 21 and you'll be like, man, I could sure use a red apple ale. Here we go, boys. Yeah. Drink beer and sing. So instead of beer, I've been off pop for months since Easter. I had a Coke on Easter, and I've had a Pepsi a couple of times last week. So beer, I just use this myself, is a waste of carbs, I found out. Even though I can't drink it, it is a waste of carbs. It's like 2 pieces of bread. That ain't happening. What would be a beer drinking? So I'm gonna do a German guy instead. German male. Ha ha ha. Nah, I'll just do like a Colonel von Schnitzel Nazi stereotypical. Apple cider. Yeah, red apple ale. Oh, apple cider? Yeah, no, apple cider's delicious. Are you kidding me? You heat it up, nice warm apple cider in the winter. I mean, I prefer a mean hot chocolate myself, but a nice apple cider in the fall and just... look at those trees dying. Oh, they look beautiful. Look how colorful they are. They are dead trees. It's sweater weather. I love sweater weather. Nice breeze, cold enough to wear a sweater, but not too hot, but not too cold that you need a coat. Oh, okay, apple cider's gone. That sucks. Okay. Raus, raus! Horido, my friend! My God! This is unbelievable! Auf Wiedersehen! Doomkopfs. German words. Yeah, I don't know. No, I just don't see myself being a beer guy. Don't see myself being a funny drunk. Well, you should never get drunk. It's not a good thing. I actually do have something that relatively looks like a bottle, but I really wanted to. You see this? It's got it's like a bottle with a cork in it, and it looks like something that's like a potion in a video game, like Legend of Zelda game. So I really wanted to. Oh, it's pepper. Pepper was in here. That's so weird. It smells exactly like pepper. Okay, I will keep being awesome. Bye, Cassandra. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen, Fräulein. I'm probably really botching the goodbye, have fun, smiley face. Awesome. But I really like this bottle. This bottle is so nice. What other German word? What's a German word for friend? Padre. That's Mexican or something. But I really like this bottle. It's got a big, stupid, cork in it. You know, I put a cork in it. But it's got a big cork, and it looks like just a potion that would be in, a Legend of Zelda game. And I kind of want to strip a little... How long have you been live? I've been live for about half an hour. And I kind of want to strip off the words here, and I want to make it like either a potion bottle from Legend of Zelda or like a fairy bottle from Legend of Zelda, also Ocarina of Time. It doesn't have to be Ocarina of Time. Now you get to watch me peel a sticker off, which takes a great, incomprehensible amount of skill and determination to keep... Okay, yep, see, it's ripping. It's ripping, and once it starts ripping, you are done for. Okay, there it is. We got it. This is good. This is interesting stuff, right? Taking a sticker off a bottle. This is the steps to cosplay, though. Every little itty bitty. Anybody mo. Okay, we got it. Cool. And now we got a sticker we got to throw in our trash Walmart bag. See? Okay, that is so cool. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Oh gosh. Is he gonna be some kind of character from Legend of Zelda. He's gonna be Link. He's gonna be like a shop. He would be a hilarious like shop guy, because I know the Griffins did people from a Zelda game I never played, but they looked really cool. But yeah, just like when you see stuff like this, just like walking around, this looks so cool. Just how great minds think alike. Absolutely, your just mind is like that is perfect for that reason. No one else would think of it. So yeah. And it kind of just looks neat. So yes, great minds think alike, but fools rarely differ. That wasn't so nice to say, but it's kind of the rest of the quote. I gotta figure out a helmet pattern. I need to figure out a helmet pattern. I really do. Because I am doing a speech on Monday, and the topic is Link from Link to the Past. That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. Wow. You rarely ever. It's the SNES one, Link from Link to the Past. It's kind of like the brown shield and sword and stuff. That's the SNES version, I think. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. 90% sure. 90% sure. Probably wrong. The odds are I'm wrong. But that is so cool. He's gonna be Link from Link to the Past because a few years ago I made a Legend of Zelda shield and Hylian sword for my friend. The Hylian sword is actually just Jean's sword. Pink wig and all. See, I would actually pay money to see Brian in a pink wig, but he's doing it to himself, so that is awesome. Oh man, cosplay is a wonderful thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, Speech Monday. I'm doing another speech. I'm doing foam smithing because I'm unoriginal, and I'm gonna steal it from Jake, my man. Not necessarily stealing. I feel like, flattery. No, not flattery. Copycatting. Something is the sincerest form of flattery, and that's what we're going to be doing, because he does such a great job on the panel, and even though this doesn't look all that great, the Iron Man stuff does. So, like, the Iron Man stuff looks amazing, but, that's because I spend hours on it. So, we're doing a 25-minute demonstration speech, which is a very short amount of time. So I want to pre-make... Sorry, I just keep seeing the pink wig comment. I get so happy. Oh, that's awesome. And I keep... I'm sorry, what do I want to say? Yeah, I only have 25 minutes to do the speech, as opposed to Mr. Griffin's awesome hour-long panel he normally gets. So I'm going to pre-make everything. I'm going to pre-make the forms, and I'm going to pre-make my patterns for the foam. And all I'm going to do on stage is, which is good because I'm far enough away from the judges and any of the audience, I'm going to go over what you do, and I'm going to sand it because I absolutely love sanding foam. Absolutely love it. Even though it takes away just that much more like space and it sort of makes things smaller when they stick together, I love sanding foam so much because you just get like some nice edges on it, make it look curvy, make it look nice, and I could Dremel foam all day, and people really don't like sanding on stuff. It's just like, I'm sanding, gotta sand till it's smooth, gotta use this grit and that grit and that grit. You know, I've got a few Dremel heads, and I absolutely love sanding. So I want to, and I absolutely hate putting something together, especially if my knife dulls halfway through and it kind of gets rigid. Oh, I've got to sand that down, and I absolutely hate, because if you glue a rigid piece together, it won't stick. It has to be nicely flat against each other for it to stick well. So I kind of need to figure out what to make a helmet pattern off of, considering I don't want to do the Captain America helmet because last time I made that kind of messed up, and I already have a Captain America helmet, a super duper. Oh well, I actually almost messed that up. A super duper awesome Captain America helmet that I don't want to mess up. So I was thinking of doing a knight helmet, kind of a. I don't know if I want to do a bucket, you know, kind of the one that just looks like it's one piece that goes on, or one of those flap helmets. The helmets that have the visor that flips up and down. Goodbye now. German. Auf Wiedersehen. See you on Cherry. Gosh, I need to quit looking at the thing. But basically, I want to do a knight helmet because I really want to do just a generic knight who I can use for anything. I can be a Templar if I want to. I just got to put the shawl thing over me, right? I can be, you know, because that way, if I walk around a con and I see a guy from Assassin's Creed, he can be like pretending to kill me or something, you know, like that's just really cool because you always see these cool assassins, but it's kind of hard for them to find someone to kill. So I could be a Templar Knight and he could like, you know, try to kill me. It would be really cool. Or I could be just another generic, you know, I want to make a generic enough knight. I could be a knight, just a knight. The knights say neat, neat, neat. Not necessarily those guys, but yes, somebody from Monty Python, because I had this really cool idea. Probably not super original, but I thought of it before I saw anybody else say it. Neat. Who are you, knights? We are the knights who say neat, 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 neat. Oh, it's so annoying, but it's so much fun. Where are you, knights of Ni? You must bring us a shrubbery. Not a very expensive shrubbery, but a nice shrubbery. I can't quite remember how that goes. But I really want to be a knight from Monty Python because the pull cord I use for my chainsaw is like one of those things a nurse uses to have a badge. And I thought, how cool would it be to attach a stuffed bunny to the end of it? And I could have the string pulled out as I walk on stage or whatever, and then just let it go, and like maybe have the clip right by my neck, and the bunny would like fly up, you know, to my neck, like the bunny's killing me. That might be a spoiler for Monty Python. If you haven't seen Monty Python and The Quest for the Holy Grail, I don't know what to tell you right now. Sorry, I guess. You've lived a horrible life if you haven't seen that yet. It's awesome movie. But yeah, so I really thought it'd be really cool to have the bunny on a string that I could just clip on and off if I wanted to be a Monty Python knight, if I wanted to be a random knight, you know, whatever. So I actually did a freelance sort of pattern. Yes. Thank you so much, Rachel. Because I was like, oh, I'm so clever. Probably, I don't know. But yeah, so I was like, when I saw the bunny, I was just like, how cool would it be to have the bunny? That would just be so cool. And I was thinking maybe someone could like throw it and there could be Velcro. I'm like, that's kind of sketchy. But yes, thank you so much for liking the bunny idea. Somebody else likes my idea, awesome. So, yeah. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make a generic bucket helm, because then I can just measure my head there to there. I just have to measure half of it, and then I can connect the pieces together. But because the bucket helm kind of has this spot for the nose, it's slanted a bit like that. I can actually just Google a picture. I should have pulled this up before. Bucket helmet knight. Yeah, so they look. A lot of them are kind of different. Some of them you could like take just a KFC bucket, you could put it on your head and you'd be good. But for a more accurate one, maybe one with a cool like cross in the middle that's got the little foop things that kind of look like a fancy little spear. I don't know what that's called. But a lot of it's really cool in gold and stuff. So obviously we could do a really simple helmet just like that. You can get a good, probably won't pull it very well. Or we could do a helmet that's not necessarily complicated, but just kind of cool. I probably wouldn't poke a bunch of holes in it. Like a lot of these have breathing holes, but poking that many holes and being exact with them would be a real pain. So I would probably make little X's or crosses, you know, in the helmets, like they have sometimes. But I would think I would go with a knight-style helmet that's a bit more... Oh, literally the KFC bucket thing is actually on here when I googled knight helmet. It's literally a bucket of KFC that's spray painted silver. It looks really cool, actually. Let's see. Yeah, if I make a generic enough costume, I can just put over, like, the drapey thing they have, and I can put a red cross on it, or I can put a different sigil on it, and I could be Sir Robin or something, you know? Sir Lancelot. You know, those guys, and it would work out pretty well. The Knights of Ni, there's literally just a bucket transition to the helmet. Some of these helmets look really, really weird. You gotta think, how do you move in this? How do you, well, really your head doesn't move that much, but I mean, like, if it got, like, dented, like, think about it, being a knight, you know, being... whatever, it's made out of a nice metal. But if somebody hit you over the head with like a mace or something, like around the neck part, you couldn't take the helmet off. Like, you couldn't pound out the metal, and that would just kind of suck. I like how I'm I like this look the most so far. I'm kind of relating back to the knights who might have gotten their helmets smashed. And I guess if they got their helmets smashed in that bad, they probably would die. So maybe they didn't actually have to worry too much about that. Poor guys. Trying to protect England and whatever, you know, being their knighty selves. And just, oh, I wanted to view image. I didn't want to pull up this web page. Get out of here. And so I would just make a freelance-ish pattern off of this. I guess I could actually look up knight helmet pattern and print it off and cheat that way. I wouldn't say it's cheating. It's cosplaying. Because, you know, if somebody already has that information, it's free information. And it just makes your life that much easier. Knight helmet pattern. Because I've just seen so many people make knight helmets from, like, For Honors. Okay, well, knight helmet pattern isn't actually helping that much. But I do like the way this knight helmet looks. So I could actually just make a rounded knight helmet. I'm just getting an idea here. But I want it to look cool when it comes together. Like, I want to make a pattern for something so that way when I actually make it up there for the speech, they're like, oh, that's really cool how that thing came together. I did not think that was going to work at all. Good job, sir. So maybe not a helmet pattern. But helmet patterns look the coolest when you put them together, which is yeah, it's a darn shame. All right. We'll figure something out. But I just need to put the Captain America helmet away because it looks way too cool. I guess I could try to make the Iron Man Mark 1 helmet, since that is a pretty, fairly simple, actually, helmet to make. If I just... This is why I need a head mold to work off of. I really should have casted my face or something crazy like that. It would be so much easier. Iron Man helmet would be dope, though. Because I absolutely love the Mark 1 armor so much. Lost for words. Alright. Well, seeing as how we're kind of killing a lot of time. Okay, so the easiest way to... Yeah, we're going to go back to doing this, because this is obviously the most... This is something I can actually accomplish. And put that on the table. Okay, it seems that is catching on something, which is good. Yeah, we're just going to put the lights in. There it is. Yeah, see? That is somehow a lot easier than I thought it would be. I just gotta, like, nudge my finger around in there to try to get the little piece out. Yeah, I don't like starting projects when a project from last week is already unfinished. I just don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. Then again, I only have till Monday to actually make a helmet, but I'll figure it out. There it is. So now we have the strip coming out and through the thing. And now we can kind of gauge how much wiring we need. And we actually do not need nearly as much as we thought we did. So there are these handy dandy little strips that say, cut me right here, buddy, and I will still glow up. In which case we will absolutely cut him like the snitch he is. And we will spend 5 minutes looking for our scissors. There they are. It says cut it right here, and I'll be golden. Let's test it. Hey, it still glows. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Because if that didn't glow, I'd probably cry. I would actually probably cry. Because to snip, like just to be like, I voluntarily cut this piece, and then it stopped working. Because, you know, I cut it and it messed up the cones. Well, that's a darn shame. That was a waste of $20 for these really cool LEDs. But it didn't happen. We cut it and it didn't get messed up. That is exactly how I felt making the visor for Soldier, because it gave me 3 feet. It gave me 3 feet of cord for him, 3 feet of lights, and I didn't need 3 feet. I needed like 6 or 8 inches to go across the visor, and I looked everywhere for videos saying that I was like, can I cut this? Can I cut this or not? If I cut this, will I have wasted $30 buying the Illumaglow light? And I didn't find anything, so I cut it anyway. And it all, oh, look at these. Both these work. We cut them. We've got these little pieces, which look really cool, and they still have tape on the side. And since, you know, I paid my $20 for it, I'm not going to throw these things away. I'm going to put those down there, and I can save them for later. Because you never know. You never know when you're going to need something. Out here in the Outback Steakhouse. So now the fun part is getting the light where we want it to be. Now, obviously, the perfect spot for this would be somewhere near the handle. I can hold it, you know, click it, whatever, and make it glow up. That would be so dope. The battery pack does, like, barely fits through. And if it slides down, I'm playing chicken with it to try to get it back in or up and around. So, I'm going to see how possible it is to actually make the battery, get the battery pack into the position I want it to be in. And I can actually just pull on these cords to get it closer to where I want it to be. And it's like, it's really cool. I mean, it's so long you can't quite see it. But, yeah, if I have a light. These little desk clamp lights are like the coolest thing. They're like $15. But I can just clamp them on the side of my desk, and whenever I need a light, hey man, you got a light? I can just grab one right there, and then I can take a piece of wire, and I can pull that wire up and through, to and fro. Fun fact about Falcon back here is I can take him off the wire that keeps him hanging, and now I have a little hook snare wire contraption to go ahead and get my wire for my lights. And now we'll just bend it a little bit like so. How long have we been doing this? It's 8:51. We're almost up on our hour. Might do this for longer than an hour because this is really too much fun. It really is. And then we get to pull up our lights. Okay, well, we'll move over here so you can see me. Pretend to be some kind of whiz. Okay. So, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much these. Sometimes you just have to realize you don't get the lights the way you want them to be because you already pre-built. I made it so I could take it apart. I made this so I could take it apart, and you know what I'm not doing? Taking it apart to make it 1,000 times easier. I have a nut and washer on a bolt that goes all the way through it, and I'll actually show you this because I'm actually slightly proud of this mechanism because this piece is on a nut and washer kind of thing. See, you just saw it fall out from under it. It goes up and down freely and spins just like the way 21FN99 whatever would spin the stick also. So I get to actually just push this down and around with my little metal tool I made. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's, you know, because I made this so long ago, I always forget that I'm slightly smarter than I am. Alright, so we're actually going to have to probably push the battery pack out of the way a little bit. There it is. Now we have the blue button that we need. All the other wires can go back. You can go to hell, other wires. We don't need you that much. Okay, well, we need you because you're the wires that we need. And then, how far can the battery pack get to here? It looks like it gets to about right there before this is cut off. And so the little thing, the button, I will situate right about there, so that way my pinky can hold it when I grip. You cannot see it, okay. The wires, pinky can hold it right about there. Sorry for flashing it. And the button won't look too conspicuous when I'm at least holding it anyways. But yeah. Now we get to put it all back on. We get to put it all back together. We need to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Alright, so put the washer on and then put the nut on. And we're back in business. See, I knew I did that for a reason. Okay. Alright, it's dope. Oh, no, gotta clamp it. You gotta make sure it's tight. The other side isn't a washer. It was a pretty big bolt I picked out of the barn. We didn't need. That's kind of ugly looking, but you know what? We're gonna sculpt over it with our putty from earlier. Now, okay, now are we 100% done? Yeah, okay, we're gonna do it. Because that would actually be really cool, because then it won't be some big shiny metal bolt. Well, I don't know. Maybe that adds some character to the stick. I don't think it adds that much. Sculpt it over it. Make it smooth. Make it at least look smooth around it, so it looks a bit more in place. Yeah, there's no way this could possibly go wrong. Let's see, how long have we gone for? 51 minutes. Okay, well, that's good. Waiting for somebody to ask for the engineer accent from Team Fortress 2. The southern accent. If not, I'm going to do it anyway for the last 5 minutes at least. At the very least, I absolutely have to do it. And see, even though I have all this extra stuff, I don't even need that much to put the stupid bolts together. Because I can sand this and paint this very nicely. It's going to be much easier to sand and paint than the actual bolts. We'll flip it that way so you can sort of see me working on it. Don't know how smooth that's actually going to look. You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. But it'll be smooth enough for me. Actually, I think we're going to use all of it. Not all of it because we can use all of it, but all of it because I actually think we need to use all of it. Now we can start smoothing it out. Make it nice. Okay, that's kind of looking bumpy right now. We want to make sure, even if we can sand it all, we want it to at least look good. That doesn't look great, but we can paint it white now. How bad am I going to hate this? It's a bigger bump than before. So I think we're just going to put some around the edge instead of on top of it. Because that does not quite look right. I cannot wait to see Brian in a pink wig. I'm sorry, I cannot stop thinking about that pink wig. It's going to be so awesome. Buying a print? I would actually buy a print of Brian in a pink wig. Not even as Link, just like him in a pink wig. That would be awesome. Okay, well actually I want to see the entire Link costume. That'd be really cool. But Brian in a pink wig, I'm sorry, that's just so funny. Pink's a manly color. It's a very manly color. Alright. A little bit more. Yes, yes, please let them know. It'd be so I'm sorry, that's just too much fun. Oh. Gosh. He looked great. He could rock it. He could really pull it off. Oh man. Okay. And so now it's not necessarily as big as a bump as before, but it kind of mellows everything out, which is nice. Close enough for me. It's not for Finn, but close enough. That scene where the stormtrooper, I really love the stormtroopers. I always like the stormtroopers, and I always like their design. But I absolutely love the design of the helmets and stuff in The Force Awakens. Even though, you know, it kind of looks goofy, I can see. But I love the sleek armor. I love how it's nice and round and curvy instead of kind of weird like the first Star Wars armor was. I absolutely love the way the First Order troops look. I love the way their guns look. They're not just all black. They've got black and white parts in them. And I absolutely loved the dude that just yelled traitor and charged at Finn. And then, I mean, he got shot pretty fast by Han and Chewie. But it was awesome. Yeah, Stormtrooper. So I really love the Stormtrooper look. I really love their armor. And I absolutely loved that guy. So, yeah, I'm making this. I made it 2 years ago. I made this a month after I saw The Force Awakens at a PVC and stuff, and I'm finally getting around to making it a complete prop. Because The Last Jedi is going to be here in December, and I really want a Stormtrooper costume, and the 504 whatever Stormtrooper stuff is it is way too expensive. It's really nice, but you still have to put it all together and everything. Yeah, but that is some wicked expensive armor. It's like, I don't have $2,000 lying around to dress up like a Stormtrooper. I so wish I did, but I don't. I have foam instead, and I've got an internet full of patterns. So yeah, I'm gonna make the stick, and I absolutely love the stick. And all he does is, like, he has one line, it's traitor! So, it's gonna be pretty hard for me to mess that up. So yeah, I'm really excited about being him. Hopefully, get him done by Last Jedi in December, and I will be able to, like, rock the Star Wars Last Jedi premiere. That'd be so great. I love the Stormtroopers. I love how Finn was a Stormtrooper, and he was just like, what I'm doing is kind of horrible and mean, kind of fascist-y. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, I love Finn as a character too. He's a great character. Call like Poe Dameron, just like, I call you Finn, cause my name's FN. Yeah, that'd be about right. Like, okay, yeah, sure, man. Which is so dope. So now I get a sneak. There's still a little bit of hot glue I think we need to take out. These are all cut to the right length. Yeah, they are. So we get to see how long we've been live for. 56 minutes. We'll go longer than an hour because I want to do the Texan accent so bad. Yeah, it's like a lot of hot glue that went into this. I hot glued so much last week I took out the blue parts. I did have lights in it before. They were white lights, so I put these blue pieces over the inside of the PVC. Do the accent. Alright, yeah, okay, awesome. All I needed was peer pressure. Enough peer pressure. Hey look, buddy, I'm an engineer, and that means I solve problems. Not problems like, what is beauty? Because that would fall within the purviews of your conundrums of philosophy. I solve practical problems. Like, how am I gonna stop some big mean Mother Hubbard from tearing me a structurally superfluous new behind? The answer, use a gun. If that don't work, use more gun. Like this little old number, designed, like this little number. Little tripod-mounted little old number, designed by me, built by me, and you best hope not pointed at you. The Meet the Engineer video is my all-time Team Fortress 2 video in the world. It's just, oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. Yeehaw! Saddle up your horse, hoss. We gotta get going. We ride at sunset now. We ride at sunrise. It's high noon. McCree is also a character I so badly want to be, even though I've already been Soldier and I'm already going to get too selfish with the Overwatch costumes. I want to be McCree so bad, because he don't change too much from the Engineer. I'm your Huckleberry. The Engineer just a little bit deeper than McCree. And McCree has a different sounding-ish accent. It's pretty great. Medic! Listen up, Doc. You better grab a beer for your horse and a pony for the ride. I'm Wolverine mean, you son of a begun. I'm old gun. Son of a gun. That's how the line goes. The eyes of the Ranger are upon you. Ain't no one but the Ranger come around here. Sorry, ma'am. Looks like you rode too close to the sun, boy. Why don't you know where you ought to hide next time? Back in France. So he says to the spy when he dominates the spy, because the spy is, oh, he's very French. He's very French, because he's French. Cutting off the hot glue, just, it's not super interesting, but it needs to be done. The sins of the past have come to haunt the future. The sin of the past being me using way too much hot glue in this. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wowzer. I was like, this will stick forever. I can be in Arizona, 120-degree heat, and this hot glue will never melt. It will actually melt if that happens. You just got dominated, shorty. I love it because the engineer calls quite a bit of people when he dominates them or when he does something in Team Fortress 2, whatever triggers the voice line. He calls him shorty a lot, and the engineer is the shortest member of the team. Like, Pyro is there, and Pyro might be a girl, you never know. We still don't know yet. But engineer is, like, by and large, the shortest member of that team. Heavy is this huge, like, slouch and whatever, and, I mean, and Scout is just like a kid. You know, he's 20-something. But, I mean, engineer, just when he's like, you just got dominated, shorty. It's like, dude, you are, like, 5'4". Who are you calling short? Which is why I need to remember to kind of kneel and hunch over sometimes when I take a picture as engineer. Sometimes I just, like, I'll do this and, like, hold the gun. It's like, no, he's a really, really short guy. What are you doing? They always underestimate the engineer. That's Torbjorn, who I'd also really like to do from Overwatch. I have too many favorites from Overwatch. This is too fun. I really like to do him. He's fairly more complicated. And he's got that huge, like, wicked buff right arm that I'd probably have to just make something for. Like, something to wear. Because if you have, like, just like a normal-sized arm, and you have his huge, like, mechanical arm, it's gonna look really weird, you know? Because he's like hammering away at stuff, and he's super buff. Super buff old dude. They always underestimate the engineer. That's the Swedish accent. It's so great. Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer, and that means I solve problems. Not problems like what is beauty, because that would fall within the purviews of your conundrums of philosophy. I'm gonna lose it. We gotta do the hot glue. I really didn't want to have to do this, but we really need to melt the hot glue. It's way too thick to get it off. I mean, it's just gobbed on there to just try to cut it off with a knife. So, all-time, like, favorite engineer quote would be, it's like another spy dominating quote he has besides that. But, like, in the comics, in the TF2 comics, is really great. So great. But just McCree alone. It's high noon. I'm your Huckleberry. Good, I ain't good. I ain't bad. But I sure as hell ain't ugly. That's another great one. Ah, I love that one so much. Oh, good one. And this will just melt the... Okay, well, make sure the wires are out of the way. But that'll do the trick. Then we can just, like, take a piece of paper and we can just wipe the hot glue off. Look at me saving time. And now, you get to take, we'll actually use a piece of foam, because a piece of paper will probably burn us and go through the whatever. Now you get to take a piece of foam, and we can just, oh yeah, smear it off. Smear it off like it's a Smirnoff type of beer. Smirnoff. Don't remember if that's the one that has the deer for the logo or what it is. Actually, it's pretty cool. The hot glue is really cool. I can use it, I can touch it with my hands. Which is normally never, ever, 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 never, ever a good thing to do to get hot glue on your hand. Like, if it's coming straight from the gun, you will wicked burn yourself. Oh, it'll hurt. And if you touch that little metal part, the little nozzle thing on the gun, you will also wicked burn yourself, and it will wicked hurt. And it'll wicked suck. You just got burned.
There's chicken if you want some.
Yeah, ma. There's some fried chicken upstairs. Yeehaw. I love me some Southern-made biscuits. Yeah, I feel like he likes biscuits. Who's not from the South and doesn't like biscuits? Nobody. Who doesn't like bread? Bread is awesome. People allergic to gluten probably don't like bread. But bread is still awesome. And we're going to go past the time limit because why not? It's too much fun. Okay, well, as long as it's smooth enough for me to put the tape on, and then I can try to wipe away the rest of this stuff On this side, it thought a bit more. On this side, it thought a bit more. Clint Eastwood would be mighty fine job there, youngin'. Howdy, partner. Well, thank you, deputy. You're welcome, sheriff. I'm the sheriff of this here town. And you're the outlaw. Big Iron. Fallout 3 soundtrack. If you ever had the time, I do not remember who actually writes the song, but Big Iron is just one of the coolest old-timey songs ever. It's seriously, it's so great. So still just fixing the trader stick. The Z, it's like a Z6 riot baton. I looked it up because I'm a professional cosplayer. I looked it up and I know my stuff. I know my knowledge. I'm the greatest Star Wars fan in the world. Okay, if I say that, there would actually be a Star Wars fan who's like memorized every single movie who would be like, well, actually, you see, I'm the greatest Star Wars fan in the world, and I'll give you 87 different reasons why. And he'll probably be right. Because there are people that love Star Wars way more than me. If you love Star Wars as much as I love Marvel, then you are most definitely the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. Which does not make me the biggest Marvel fan in the world, but it is like my favorite. But it does make you incredibly knowledgeable about Star Wars. Even though I absolutely love doing a Texas accent. I'm Wolverine Mean, you son of a gun. I'm the Fast. No, that's not quite right. Spy sapping my century. I'm the Fast. You're the Dead. You can't outrun my machines, boy. You see, son, this is just gonna keep happening and happening and happening. The engineer is Engineer. That's actually the single greatest voice line he has. Forgot about that. I don't even remember why they added that, but if he gets to the objective, like the payload or the control point or whatever, and if he starts capping it or controlling it, he'll just say, the engineer is Engineer. Like, that is the awesomest thing ever. Oh, I love that voice line so much. Grant Goodeve. He needs to make a con appearance. He's really old, but he needs to make con appearances. Like the guy who does the heavy, he also voices the heavy and the demo, actually. But that guy does con appearances. Gary Schwartz or whatever, he does a lot of con appearances. I don't know if the guy that voices the medic does con appearances or not, but I do know he still works on stuff. Huh? He is pretty famous, but no, you're never too famous to make con appearances.
Wasn't his most recent role doing the grunts for what's his name?
Yeah, the medics, the guy that voices the medic, his most recent role that I checked on IMDb, and this was months ago, was like him doing extra voice work for Doomsday, and it said monster in, if it's Batman v Superman, there's two monsters. There's the parademons that flew around.
And Superman.
And, Superman's total monster. He's the worst. No, but, there's Doomsday and there's, like, the parademon bat creature looking things. So he was either the voice of those or he was the voice of Doomsday. Hopefully he was the voice of Doomsday, which is sort of slightly cooler than being a voice of a random, generic flying monster in Batman's dream. Hot glue dried. It's got a working time of... Actually, it never dries fast enough when you want it to, but when you actually want it to stay hot, I guess when you're reheating it, it's going to dry a lot faster, or cool. I guess it doesn't dry, it cools. But it's going to cool a lot faster than when it's coming straight out of the gun. Yeah. Listen up, boys. That's a big bomb, boys. Get that bomb back to base. Spy sapping my teleporter. Spy sapping my dispenser. Spy sapping my sentry. Dispenser down. Dispenser going up. just like he has to do all those voice lines for every single little thing that the engineer does. Like you're sitting in a booth all day, like a recording booth, for an hour or so, and it's just like, we need you to say building a dispenser like 87 different times so we can get the right one we want you to use. And we'll have you change a few words here and there, so that way the same voice line doesn't play, so that way it's sort of unique, you know? Because if every time you build a dispenser, and you just say building a dispenser, it's going to be kind of boring after a while. So you got to say, dispenser going up, or I'm building a dispenser, boys. Building a dispenser. I'm going to put a dispenser right here. That's better than you feel. It's a shame. You can use this piece of foam because it has a nicer angle to it. Because why not? Oh, actually, it's still kind of cool. It didn't heat up the big globs as much as I thought it would. We got to move this over here, even though I'm really just picking foam out of it. I'm just picking hot glue out of it. Then I have to realize I'm fighting a losing battle, and it's only going to get as smooth as it possibly can. So we also need to figure out a way to hide the black wires. I don't know if we're entirely just like, we must hide the wires. The wires will just totally kill the look of it, or what we're going to be. Is this cool? It's cool, so I can just peel it off my hand. See, I think the wires will actually add to it, you know, it might make it look cool. Like, even though it's not accurate, it might make it look cool. And I'm saying that because I just want to be really lazy and I don't want to have to, whatever, put a piece of plastic over them so they don't look super obvious. Yeah. That's probably just being lazy. Gotta go accuracy over, oh, that might look cool. Yeah. And then, gonna go back to Brian. Don't even know if Rachel's the one who's watching this. But gonna go back to Brian. Seeing his Rick Portal future gun, whatever he had last year, Dakota Game Gun, seeing him like take that apart so he could change the batteries is the main reason I haven't put an end cap on this piece right here yet, because I really think it's a great idea being able to recharge your stuff instead of just be like, nope, it's permanent. When that wears out, it just won't light up anymore. Really sucks, but that's too bad. So I really want to find like a screwy cap to put on the end of this. And I know some PVC has that, but 2 years ago I did not think far enough ahead to actually put it on there. So yeah, nice try, past me. You can't quite get this old, hound dog. I always want to assume engineer's a Elvis fan because he has a voice line where he says hound dog, or there's a hat in the game called hound dog. Yes, that's what it is. Let's see. We need the tool back a little bit here. Bend it. We need to kind of get the wire. We need to see how cool we look doing this all Mission Impossible, messing with the wires, MacGruber style. And I will still do any accent anybody wants for the remainder of this, or I'll just keep randomly doing the Texas accent whenever I want to. Yep, there it is. Because now I need to make sure that is just flush with that, so that way it's well hidden. Alright, cool. So now is the moment of truth. We get to peel off the adhesive tape that is keeping the adhesive strip from wearing out. And we get to realize that in peeling that off, we moved it out of place. And so we get to fiddle with the wire again. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. We're going to bend it a bit more. Okay, there it is. So now we have it where we want it. I've got you right where I want you, boy. Alright, and we'll push it in. Really get that in there, so that way it... And then I'll see how this lights up. because it looks black and stuff, and it looks really cool. And so now we got to do the other side. I'm going to flip it over. We're just going to move this on down here. Yeah, the wire kind of looks cool, even though I know we need to hide the wire. It kind of looks neat. And I don't totally hate the wire. Yet, anyways. So I don't know if I'm going to try to sort of even see what we're doing in here. I just realized I need to get better lights because I've got a big top basement light right above me, and it kind of makes everything look super duper bright. But I don't want to have it turned off because then everything will be super duper dull. Listen up, boys. The engineer is here. This is kind of being tough to take off. So whenever a sticker is really hard to take off, you got to use your X-Acto knife just to get in between the sticky part of the sticker and the glue. There it is. We got it, boys. You're about to have a real bad day. Don't mess with me. Let's do this Texas style. I need to make this one a bit lower because I see I made the other one a bit higher, and then I can even this one out. Even out the overall glow here. Just, oh yeah, my giant head in the way. It's a good thing you're not paying to see this. And that should really do it, actually. We'll see how much more of the wires we can stuff back into here. And so now, it glows up. And that'll probably look cooler in person. Without so much light. I could actually run over and I could probably hit the lights and show you guys how much it glows up. We'll do that. I'll be back right in a second. It's another dark night in Texas. Oh my gosh, that is wicked bright. Wow. So it's pulsing electricity is what's supposed to make this glow up. And I think we got that covered pretty well. Wow. That is kind of dope. Oh my gosh. Ha ha. That is going to look so cool glowing up on a stage. Oh my goodness. Can you say SuperCon 2017? I think I can. Well, yeah, I'm 90% sure it's probably what I'll do. Because the 501st are always there, and I want to be like, this is my foam armored stormtrooper. Ha, check it out. I know, it's not as cool as yours, but I'm poor. Whew. Man, but this is bright, though. Like, and it's blue, and it's, yeah, I think it's perfect. I actually think it's perfect. That's awesome. Turn the light back on. So I think that just about wraps everything up, boys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you don't know in the future, well, I'll save the little pluggy part for last. I'm going to do a few more things in the accent. Man, I love me a cool glass of Pepsi. Woo! Good night, Irene. I tell you what, why don't you just kick back, relax, and watch it all blow away. All right, and I think we're well over our hour. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. We did an hour and 20 minutes last week, but I actually wanted to get something accomplished this week. I think this is a wicked awesome win. We can call that pretty amazing. So I'm gonna do a plug for anybody that rewatches this. Well, I mean, you already know, okay? I know you rewatch it, and I know you already know. This is for other people that might rewatch it, okay? Gosh, don't yell at me. I'm past Calder. Ugh, by now. I mean, I'm live Calder in the moment right now, but by the time, anyway. For other people that rewatch this, I want to start doing this on my actual cosplay page. I want to start doing it on Ranching Nerd Cosplay. Right now, more people know Calder Nest than they know Ranching Nerd Cosplay, which is fine. I need to start posting more. I can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to post on my cosplay page because I only have 11 likes. It doesn't matter. I should post, and because then if I post more, I will grow more. It's really simple, and I should do it more. But I like doing live streams, and I like people to actually watch the live streams in person while they're live. So my goal is to do enough of this, even if it's just everybody on my friends list goes likes my page, I will start doing them on my cosplay page, because that's really what I want to do it on. So yeah, so the point of these live streams is to show all my normal friends and family what I do pretty much every night. Instead of going crazy and drinking, partying, doing drugs, I'm sitting at home making props and costumes from Star Wars. That's impressive, isn't it? Anyways. But for the future, though, I really want to move the prop making and everything over to the cosplay, Ranching Nerd Cosplay page. No, that's kind of the purpose of the page. Even though cosplay is a huge part of who I am, and that's pretty much a lot of the stuff I even post on my normal Facebook, the point of a cosplay page is to post all the cosplay stuff on the page, but it's too much fun to already just post it on my page, so I need to get better at that. So yeah, basically this is the entire point of these live streams. It's not the entire point, because they're so much fun to do, is to, because I didn't make time at all this week to get any cosplay done at all. So doing these for at least an hour-ish each week, forcing myself to be like, you're gonna do a live stream? So that way if you don't do a live stream, everybody will be like, dude, why didn't you do a live stream? Those are kind of funny sometimes. So yeah, basically it's kind of holding myself accountable to actually doing stuff. So, yep, basically this is, I guaranteed I will work 1 hour a week on cosplay. Because sometimes it's hectic, sometimes I work 20 hours a week on cosplay, sometimes I just can never fit the time in. So this is kind of for making sure I work, you know, making sure, I mean, what I accomplished tonight, what we accomplished, was pretty cool. Like, it's a solid thing to get done and do, and I'm really happy about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't liked my cosplay page, I'm going to start posting any photo shoots I do. By photo shoots, I mean when me and Sis go out with a camera. She's a pretty darn good photographer. Whenever we go out with a camera and we find a cool spot to go take pictures, I'm going to do photo dumps there. That's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm going to do, yeah, that's awesome. So I'm going to do all the photo dumps in the future anyways, from conventions. From conventions, just me walking around a convention. That'll be on Calder Nest, my normal Facebook page. But any photo dumps, any cool stuff like that is going to be over there. I'll probably just share it anyways, you know. But yeah, and hopefully in the future we move the live streams over there, and that'll be fun. That'll be cool. We can keep that off over there, away from my normal page where I pretty much just post nerdy, geeky stuff anyways. I don't like say, oh, just had pizza. Just had some pizza in Brookings. It's pretty awesome. I never do that. So, yeah. So that's kind of the feature. We're going to cut it off here because we've went quite a bit of time over limit. So we're going to figure out, I never figured out a way to end it. I normally play the theme song again to end it. Last week I did something Italian to end it. So really just to end it, trying to give a good engineer quote to call it. We'll just do. Good night, Irene.